Welcome to Lifing with Lady Linda Bird. I'm going to be having a special guest on to, to just have a conversation about a very important topic that is really important to baby boomers. Actually, it's important to everyone, but we're going to be really talking about life insurance and the importance of having it in place, not as an investment, but as an investment in your future, but also as a protection for your family. So stay tuned and help me welcome my friend Sheila Tyson. There we are. Okay, so we'd like to welcome everyone to another episode of Lifing with Lady Linda Bird. This one we're calling East Meets West. I'm East, and that's West.
And I'm West.
We're just two chicks in the sticks and we're having fun. So actually, Lady Linda Bird and I am in Sarasota, Florida, and it's Sheila Tyson, who
I'm in the San Francisco Bay Area, but I'm in a city called Vallejo,
I
California.
know
And
Vallejo.
yeah, Vallejo. We just having fun. Two little old ladies trying to get all this technology together. And as you can see,
Well,
I'm sitting in the
I think
dark,
as you
but
can see, we're doing pretty okay with it.
we're doing pretty good.
Yes. So, backstory. Um, we are both insurance professionals, advisors. And we met through a program we were doing. Take these off because they're kind of shining a bit. We met through a program online on Facebook, and we became friends. And we decided to collaborate and bring our minds together because you know what? I was thinking about this morning, Sheila. I just recently turned 69, and you know how they used to say age is nothing but a number.
Yes.
That's when you're young. I mean, that's when someone's young and somebody is getting older. But as you get older, you realize that age is more than just a number. It's just a whole bunch of things. It's a collaboration of experiences and maturity and aches and pains and a whole
And you
bunch of
don't worry
stuff.
about things that's really
Right.
out of your
And
control. You learn
so
how to
one of
manage
the things
it.
that I do for myself every morning, I get up and I do at least 100 on the step ups.
Mm-hmm.
And I have like some exercising things I do because my mother is an inspiration and in both good and bad ways. In good ways because she was a registered nurse, she's 88, she's intelligent, she's loving, she still reads and she does all that. That's the good part. The bad inspiration part is I look at how she's aged and I don't want to do that. My mother has been very sedentary and it has affected a lot of areas of her physical life and she's it's very difficult to deal with. On the other hand, I try to immerse myself in education and learning how to better help the community in which I serve. And I say it that way because that's how I feel about it.
Right,
At
right.
69, I don't have to continue to be trying to educate people on the importance of having different insurance plans in effect. And it's not about trying to sell them anything. I honestly don't believe that I sell insurance. I believe that I using insurance is the vehicle in which we use to help people protect their families. That's it. I don't know. What do you think?
I agree with everything you're saying. I do not consider myself a salesperson. I really don't. I'm more of a consultant type person, and I educate people on the importance of what we do. And then at the end, I leave the decision up to them, what's best for them and their family. So I always tell people all the time, you don't have to be afraid to call me up and talk to me because I'm not a salesperson. I don't know. First, I have to see if I could even help you.
Exactly. I just had a guy the other day. He was kind of nasty too. It was through I've never met him or anything, but it was texting, and he's like, just just tell me how much it's gonna cost. And I'm texting him back, not as myself. I'm texting him back like as if I'm my booking assistant. And I said, well, we can't give you a price. I forget exactly how I worded it, but basically it's like we have to have a consultation. We have to find out what it is that you're looking for. How can I can't, I'm not AAA sending a thing in the mail. I want,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? They do that all the time.
And those guaranteed, a lot of time those are GI guaranteed issues. And a
Right.
lot of people don't understand that. They don't want to talk to an agent and they
Exactly.
just send it in the mail. I can tell you horror stories
Well, let's talk about a couple of
of
horror
that.
stories
Yeah.
while we're here. A very, very dear, I consider her almost a sister. We grew up together. We were on the phone yesterday. I also do Medicare insurance, and
Mhm.
she and her husband were my clients. And she was telling me that this last episode in the hospital for him had her looking through their insurance. She was scared. Accidental.
Yeah.
So that's what happens a lot of times. People think that they have it, that they're insured, and it's accidental. And
Accidental death,
yeah,
or they think they have a particular policy and they find out later that when they get a renewal that it wasn't a whole life that they thought. And we'll talk about that too. Because
right,
I am definitely of the opinion that there's really no such thing as a bad policy. Like some people, some agents will say this policy bad and they argue about it. My position is it's not a one size fit all.
exactly. I say that all the time. There's
Yeah,
no cookie cutter,
there's no cook.
you know.
It all depends on the client and who's sitting before you, their needs and what they're trying to accomplish before I can even think about what product to put them in.
Yeah. So you're saying that your mom is 91?
No, my mom is 92
Bless
and
her heart.
soon to be 93 if the Lord bless in December,
Oh,
December
my
29th.
mom is 88,
Oh,
and
that's a
I used
blessing.
to say caretaker, and then I changed my verbiage. I no longer say caretaker, I say caregiver because the caretaker can cut the grass. What we have to do with our parents, our loved ones, goes far deeper than just taking care of them. We're giving them care. We're giving them attention. We're trans everything to the doctor, the transportation, and it's heavy. That'll be a you know what we could come to get together and do a whole series on that one.
We can.
Yeah.
You know what? This I'm really showing my age now. This lighting is bugging me today. It is dark in here. Can you see me? I just
I
want to.
can see you, yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna because it's not about me trying to be on a fashion show or anything. It's about the information that we're going to give them. But I could just hear my family now. Oh, act like such a old senior.
Well, we are old
I am.
seniors.
I am. That's what I tell them. If they not here to help, especially my grandson, you could forget it. This supposed to be a ring thing, and I think that the person supposed to bring me the I need two. That's the problem. The other one is gone. But anyway, come on. It's not about the lighting.
Well, let's
I'm
let's
ready to
go.
rock and
Well,
roll.
you're my guest, so I want you to
Okay.
rock. You rock and I'll roll with it.
Okay.
How long
So
have you been in the industry?
full time since 2005.
Okay.
Full time. No dibbling, dabbling and other things. Life insurance. Now, I did retire from a I did retire from a financial bank in San Francisco after 31 years. And then I went into life insurance in March of 2005.
Wow, 20 years. Coming up on 20. No, it is 20 years.
20 years.
Yep, yep, that's excellent. I was in construction. I had my own construction company in
Oh, wow.
Maryland. It was a woman. Well, they break it down like this. They have an MBE, then they have a WMBE. So excuse me, a minority business enterprises for the men. They get the biggest percentage. A WBE is for the women. We get 3%. So I was able to become a WMBE, Women's Minority Business Enterprise. So I could either be either or. So we did a lot of um, schools and store fit outs. I did a Victoria's Secrets one time. We did uh, Five Guys. We did some pretty big contracts. And as I started seeing myself getting older, like getting closer to 50-ish, my youngest daughter she'd gotten involved with some people who were doing insurance. Remember AIL, American
Yeah.
Income Life? That
Oh,
was my first insurance company. So I got licensed in 2007. So I'm coming up on, yeah, I'm coming up on 20.
Yeah.
But I bounced around a little bit. I did whole life final expense and then got into Medicare, and I got very comfortable with Medicare for a long time. And about 2 years ago, I decided to pivot and get back into serving the younger population. And but I keep coming back to I keep coming back to my, I guess I keep coming back to who I am, you know. But I have been I say I work year round, but not full time. I don't work full time, but I do work year round.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I know also that you um, have a particular market, market that you cater to. Let's talk about that.
Well, I my market is especially women over 50, but especially Afro-American women
Mm-hmm.
over 50. And the reason why I'm passionate about that group is because Afro-American women, out of all the groups, tend to struggle more financially when something happens, like they become a widow or they retire. And it's because of a lot of times they just never had the time working, taking care of their family, taking care of their elderly parents. They really don't have the time to just sit down and learn about finances, and especially life insurance. Because one thing, a lot of people associate life insurance just with death. You say life insurance, you can feel them backing up.
Yeah,
But
let's
and
talk
you and
about
I
that.
know it's so much more than just death. A lot of times when women become widows, they have no idea about the finance because their husband was taking care of everything. And a lot of times I tell people, think about this. If you're in a home and the mortgage takes both of your salaries or your husband's salary, and let's say that mortgage is 300,000, 400,000, and you don't have a lot of money in the bank, and what about no insurance or what's common, maybe a 50 to $100,000 policy? Do the math.
Hmm. And also, a lot of times I think people look at insurance as being a bill,
A bill, and it's an asset.
but
I said it, I have been saying that for years.
it is not a bill.
It's
Or
not a bill.
I can't afford it. Let me tell you something. You
You
can't
cannot
afford
afford
to
it.
not have insurance.
You cannot
It's
afford
just,
it.
and when I think about it, we have insurance on our phones. We have
Car.
car insurance, home insurance, insurance on these inanimate art objects. And yet, so many people turn to GoFundMe's, and I think GoFundMe's do have a place. And I think that sometimes, and I'm not being like trying to be judgmental here, but I guess I am being a little judgmental here. It's like if you have a choice, an option, you don't have to have the biggest policy in the world, but you need to have something in place that you can build on. And
Absolutely.
and I agree with you. That mortgage protection is something else. It's a
But
lifesaver.
I've been telling people this. Yes, mortgage protection. But people don't talk about rent protection.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you have been or what, but I've been a landlord before, and I I have a mortgage on that property, so I wanted my rent payment. So if you are renting from someone and it takes two people to pay that rent,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes older people move in with their children, or it could be a husband and wife. The point is, if one is X out, can the other one continue to pay that rent? Life insurance, give options.
And with the living benefits now that are
Oh
set in
my
place,
God.
yeah.
With the living benefits and people, you know what? It costs nothing to get the information. That's the part that I want people to understand. It only costs you a few minutes of your time to get the information, at least get the information. And most people are surprised when they call and get the information. They know nothing about the living benefits. They say, "What's that?" I say, "Oh, you know what? Just God forbid you have a stroke, heart attack, come down with cancer, and you can't work if you're working. Or even if you're not working and you need some of that money." And I'll explain to them how that works. A lot of people don't even know how that
You
works.
don't, no, you're right. How about this one? I'm not trying to leave no money for I'm not trying to leave no money for nobody. Like, I get that all the time too. I'm like, listen, it's not about that. It's about being responsible. Those are people that just don't want to do it, you know?
And I don't waste time with those type of
I
people.
don't either.
I
I
don't
don't
waste time.
either.
When somebody, I take this so serious because you know why? It is serious. Because I've
Hmm.
seen what have happened to families when somebody passed away and they was the breadwinner. I've seen the consequences of their lack of taking action. So
Lack of
when somebody
preparation.
called me with that, I don't have time for that. Next. I have too many people to talk to.
Sheila, I know personally, because I've got a lot of Medicare clients. One of my clients, she's, let's see, I think she's 68 now. Just last
Hmm.
year, her daughter-in-law, I I'm not going to say how what happened, but anyway, her daughter-in-law passed away. The 7-year-old son is the one who found her. There was a 7-year-old and a 3-year-old. No insurance, no preparations. They ended up having they did do a GoFundMe. They got $35,000. Well, how far is $35,000 going to go when you have to do the funeral? You got two kids, so now the father and the two boys have moved in with my friend who's 68 years old in her little apartment. It's just insanity. So
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
it's like we preach to the choir, but you know what? I, I I'm gonna do this probably. This is it. I've been doing it for close to 20 years. I'm gonna probably continue to be in this industry to the day that I take my last breath because I truly believe in it. I don't want to. I don't like to throw that word passionate around, but it's a mission. It's a special
It's a mission.
it's a
It's a mission.
special place to be, and you know a lot of times right now we're in the Medicare open enrollment period and I'm not even taking on any new clients. I'm just really trying to make sure that the book of business that I already have, that
Hmm.
those people know what they've got going into January because of all of the it's so volatile, that market, and it's kind of scary as well. But anyway, this was really kind of fun for our first little East meets West. I hope we do it again.
Oh, we have to do it again because I'm telling you, I'm self-conscious about this darkness.
We will do it again. We'll do it again.
But it's about the information. Um, when I think about when will I retire, some people ask me that. Well, I already retired from one job. This is not a job.
Exactly.
This is not a
This
job.
is a ministry.
It is. I feel passionate about, and I know you don't like that word, but I do.
No,
Um,
it's not that I don't
for
like that
me,
word.
I
I'm
know
just
what you're saying.
I don't like to, people go, oh, my passion. I don't like to throw it around, but you can tell we're passionate about it. I mean, look,
Right,
I'm
right,
getting all
right,
animated.
right.
I
I
don't find it boring at all. I can
it's
talk about
not
this
boring.
all
It's
day.
not boring. And I tell people all the time, I throw my little slogans out to them to try to get people, I tell them, if you don't care, I'm not gonna let you waste my time because those who care prepare. So if you don't care about your family, you don't care, when you was talking about sometime, I used to have that happen and I didn't know how to handle it. But see, I'm 72 years old now. So when you talking to me, you're gonna talk on a level of sincerity because you are over 50. So we don't have time to be playing games, and you don't have anything in place. I tell people
Oh, girl. I
you are in a 911 situation, and I'm not gonna let you continue in that dangerous situation talking to me about it, and you don't do anything.
hmm
And you don't have to do it to me. Just get the information. Listen, I tell people all the time, if you don't want to work with me, that's fine. There are a lot. I will even refer you to some other agents because I know a lot of wonderful agents, a lot of these young, upcoming ladies. I would love to, hey, I'll give you the, but you just need to do something
Hmm.
because
Yeah.
sooner or later it's going to happen.
So I know when I was younger, I in my early 20s, I had well, my father was a believer in insurance. When my dad died, his policies were he
Mm,
had those paid up policies. But
my
I had
father was like,
gotten insurance and I didn't, I'll be honest with you. I was in my early 20s, single mom with two kids, and I didn't understand the importance because just like you, it's like if you don't have somebody to sit and break it down and make you understand, like the light bulbs go off, So I had insurance and I let those policies lapse. And then as I got older, was before 50, but as I got older trying to get insurance, it's age and health. It gets more expensive. I wish in hindsight that I had kept those policies. I had a whole life and a term policy. Now the term would have already been gone by now, but even still, I really do wish that I had kept those policies, but I do have insurance in place. You better believe it because you cannot.
you better believe it.
Hmm.
And I had a nice term. It was for mortgage protection with a ROP on it.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of people, when they knock term policies, like I tell, sometimes I tell some of these agents, why you guys do that? You get on social media and start knocking different products. Come on. There's
Tell you
some good
something.
in all those
Term
products.
term is all a family can afford.
Can't afford.
Everyone wants to try to push these IULs. I think IULs are fantastic if you have the money to to
Fund it
fund
properly.
it properly. Otherwise, no. But
No,
sometimes, a term policy, if that's all a person can afford, it's protection until you get to another place. Better to me, like you said, there is no bad policy.
there's no bad
There
policy. And
is
I'm
no
not
bad
going to sell.
policy.
Here's the thing, though. You have to sell it properly. And sometimes I've seen things I heard, even about the IULs. I said from the beginning, because people call me, I want to set up my own banking. I said, I'm not in the banking business. I am in the life, hear me and hear me good. I am in the life insurance business. Life insurance is not an investment vehicle. It's life insurance. It's protection.
I hear you.
And I think I'm not going to get in trouble if somebody call me and they tell me something that sounds way out. I tell them I could do annuities. And so a lot of people talk, oh, well, annuities bad, annuities bad. Get the information, people. Get the information. And so sometimes when people tell me, oh, annuities are bad, I'll say, you on Social Security? And they'll say, yes,
What's an
guaranteed lifetime
annuity?
income. Yeah, guaranteed lifetime income is bad. I said, if you ever win the lotto and you take the 20-year payout or whatever, I want to give you my checking account number. So when you get that next payment, you just could forward it to me
Now I have a
because
friend.
that's annuity.
I have a friend up in here in Florida. Her mom is, I think she's like 84, maybe 85. Her husband died when he was 45
Mm-hmm.
and had set her up with one of those lifetime annuities.
Uh-huh.
My friend her, Benita told me, she said her mom's probably in those 40 years since her father's been gone, she's probably received a million or more. She said
Yeah.
that lifetime annuity just now, of course, when her mom goes,
Yeah.
as it should be,
Yeah.
it's over with, but it is taken care of.
It's always.
Absolutely.
Yes. And a lot of people don't understand too, because and I've sold quite a bit of those guaranteed lifetime income in my since within the last 5, 6 years, I've really been getting a lot of those. And long as you explain everything and the people do what they're supposed to do, it works. Now, if you dibbling, dabbling, and taking more than what you're supposed to every month, over and above what you're supposed to, that's on you. That's not on the company.
Hmm.
That's on you. But if you work it right, it works.
It does.
You,
So
yeah, it works, but you have to do your part. And I tell people all the time, the insurance company is not a charitable organization. It is for profit.
it is exactly. It's a business, and
It's a
we have
business,
we have to
and they're not
protect the
going to just
insurance
give you
company.
money. Right. They're not just going to give you money. If you do your part and pay your part, they are obligated, and they look like it's getting darker here. Um, if you do your part, the insurance company must do their part, must pay.
And they will. So,
They will.
well, listen, my
So
sweetheart,
we must do this again, and
we
we have
will
to
do
do
it
it when
again.
listen, we have to do it when I'm in some light.
Yeah. Well, play with your background. Um, I I think what would be fun is to just just do because basic what I do by calling my channel Lifing with Lady Linda
Hmm.
Bird, is kind of like just showing experiences of us older people. And I don't just say girls because I guess there's some guys too, but baby boomers. We're baby boomers, but guess what? I always say Steve Jobs was a baby boomer. Okay. uh
Yeah,
Bill Gates was a baby boomer, and they're the ones we would this all this technology and stuff that we are benefiting from. You're in California, I'm in Florida, but we are meeting together talking about what we love to do and how we love to do it. But it's all relevant.
it's all, yeah,
Yep.
yeah, it's all. And I'm supposed to be in sunny California.
Yeah, well, I'm in sunny Florida. It is sunny today.
It's not
But
sunny here today, and now just as soon as we hang up, the lights and everything will come back on. Watch, and it'll be all lighted up in this room.
well, I
But
want to don't hang up, but I do want to thank you for coming on and spending this time with me, and we'll definitely schedule another meetup
we
and
have to.
talk about our experiences. Okay. All right.
I definitely think we have to. But you know what? You didn't tell the people the states that you are licensed
Oh,
in.
it's in my bio. It's in,
As in, okay, so
yeah.
mine will be there too. All right.
So we will. I'm going to put down Sheila's information will be in the description and the states that she's licensed in, and so will mine. And hopefully, we'll meet again soon.
Okay. And until the next time, I always sign off by saying, stay blessed.
Stay blessed and stay well.